Hey everyone, Pastor Wes here with you on Wednesday night. Hope you're having a good week. Last week when we left off, we were still looking at Hebrews chapter 12, verse 28, verse 29. That says, "Therefore, since we receive a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let us show gratitude by which we may offer to God an acceptable service with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire." What the cross of Jesus Christ has done for you and I, for all believers, has transferred us from a kingdom that can be shaken to a kingdom that cannot be shaken, an unshakable kingdom. You've received entrance into a kingdom that will never be shaken. And what I mean by that is the kingdom of God is not subject to any of the events that are happening around you. If you're looking at the stock market, if you're looking at the banking system, if you're looking at your job, your coworkers, your family members, your health, relationships, anything that you can see, you're looking at things that can be affected. You're looking at things that can be shaken by what is around them. And if that's all you can see, you're going to be shaken. But instead, if you fix your eyes on the cross of Jesus Christ and the stability of the cross, you will not be shaken. And this is because you're operating with the rule of a different king. You're operating under a different authority than that of the world. And at times, you may feel like your world is falling apart. Make sure that you don't refuse to listen to God. God is speaking to you in those times. He's trying to pry you loose from what He knows cannot offer you long-term peace, pry you away from something that He knows is not going to bring strength into your life, is not going to add to your wisdom, and it's not going to give you stability. When your world is crumbling all around you, if you would just keep your eyes on Jesus and the promise of the new covenant that He has given you through the cross, you won't crumble along with it. One of my favorite stories in the Bible takes place on the wall of Jericho. And it's a principle that we often fail, I believe, to take into account. So many times as preachers or teachers, we wax very eloquently on Joshua and his army, and we talk about them marching around the wall of Jericho until the walls fall down. Yet there's a small detail that often gets left out to what happened to one portion of the wall, because despite any images that you have seen in children's books or storybooks or other biblical artwork on the subject, the entire wall of Jericho did not fall down, even though that when we read the story, when we think about it, 99.9% of the time, most of us would agree, yeah, the entire wall of Jericho fell down, but that's not what happened. While everything crumbled and while everything shook in Jericho that day, there was a house where a woman named Rahab lived. And the Bible talks about Joshua chapter 2, verse 15, that Rahab's home was on the outer portion of the Jericho wall. And while the entire wall was falling down, the wall around Rahab's house remained intact. And if you know the story of Rahab, she had welcomed spies into her home. She had hid them from her own government in order to protect them. And when she did that, she aligned herself with the Israelites. She aligned herself with the covenant relationship with God that they enjoyed. And as a result, when the kingdom that she was a part of physically and geographically, when that kingdom fell, her home and all that were in it were safe. It's because she chose to align herself with the King, the one true King. She chose to align herself with the only one with an unshakable kingdom. She placed herself under the covering. She placed herself under the covenant of God. And it's truly significant, I believe, to highlight that the entire Jericho wall didn't fall. All but that one piece where the most unlikely person, a prostitute named Rahab, hung a scarlet rope outside of her window. But in doing so, she demonstrated her subjection and her alignment to the one true God. And on the cross, Jesus Christ became our scarlet rope as it aligned each of us who place faith in Him underneath the covering of the new covenant. And so while things around you may become shaky, if you will just fix your eyes on Jesus, you will remember the promise of His covenant that you belong to an unshakable kingdom. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Let's talk about bad storms tonight. Place yourself under an unshakable kingdom. Storms won't shake you. Till next time, I love you. God bless you.